Big match in the second division today is Crystal Palace against Swindon at Selhurst Park, with two former teammates out to put one over on the other.
When Steve Coppell collected his FA Cup winners' medal 10 years ago, look who was right behind him, Lou McClair, two teammates who graduated from Manchester United into management. Crystal Palace and Swindon, their present clubs, meet today. McClair's Swindon are fourth in the second division. Steve Wright's goal here, a focal point of Tuesday's 3-0 win against Stoke. The next night, Palace crashed 4-1 at Aston Villa despite Ian Wright's excellent volley. Their next challenge comes from Lou McClair.
I think obviously we both like to win for our own reasons, and it's got an extra edge to the game, and I'm sure it will mean quite a lot to us. Having said that, we both like to see each other do well. I know that we keep in more or less weekly contact throughout the season. So although there is an extra edge, we're both happy for the other person doing well.
Were you particularly close pals in your days at Old Trafford?
No, not really. I had a great respect for Lou as a player. I thought he was a terrific player, a very, very fit man, and bags of skill. And he's a couple of years older, and I came in a couple of years behind him at United. So I think it's a relationship born out of respect more than anything else. We weren't close socially and like that.
To add to the United connection, the Littlewoods Cup takes Palace to Old Trafford next week. For the second time in 2 years, Steve Coppell returns to where he made his reputation.
Well, at the moment, it's United coming forward. Through Jimmy Greenoff. McClair outside him, inside him in a good position, Coppell!
There's so many reasons, you know, obviously the advantages it brings to Crystal Palace. And as I say, for me to see so many old friends, I'm delighted that it is going to take place. And I hope upon hope that we do ourselves justice and play the football we are capable of when we go to Old Trafford.
Oh, both are doing themselves justice. It's not...
Though here in red beat Crystal Palace, thanks once again to their Scottish striker Brian McClair, scoring twice, including that header from a Gordon Strachan cross.
The blow. Crystal Palace have tonight rejected a £450,000 bid by Watford for striker Ian Wright. Wright, in partnership with Mark Bright, has been prolific in attack this season. A move would have seriously damaged Palace's push for promotion.
As for Palace, well, their danger man is Ian Wright, one of the leading scorers in the second division, with his total now 19. Now then,
what are you talking about? Do you know who Newcastle are going to play this afternoon? The one and only team in London, Crystal Palace? My side? Do you think that lot of 11 Zebras is going to beat my team from Crystal Palace? You've got no chance, son.
Yes, it is, of course, the famous Nookie Bear with his minder, Roger de Courcey. And as you can see from the rosette, very much a big Crystal Palace fan. And you're convinced then, Roger and Nookie, that that's the way it's going to go?
Totally convinced, Peter. Yes, yes. We've got a good team. We've got a couple of other players cup-tied, actually, who won't be able to play. So I think we'll go out there and we'll have a good game. You know, we've got a good side this season and hopefully might get promotion. A bit of luck. Do you see, we don't have to import players like Newcastle, you see. No Brazilians in our side. Got a few people from Dulwich, but that's close, isn't it? Yeah, Jim, try this one. There's another goal.
And you're appearing here as Buttons in the pantomime, and you'll be following the match then on the radio as much as
I
you
will
can.
indeed, yes. I shall be, it's our last day here at Hastings, and we've done very well. And I'm Buttons 1, he's Buttons 2, between us, that's it. And I shall be coming off stage, listening to the radio, and then getting back on stage, doing a bit and coming back off. 1,500 screaming kids out there this afternoon. So, well, we'll enjoy it.
We've heard the predictions from Ian and from Jimmy. What about your own feelings about the Cup?
I think possibly, you know, Saint, you've got to get past Liverpool and Everton, Notts Forest, and then Yeovil. That is his tip for the Yeovil, yes. I'd love to see Jim Smith's face if they get beaten. Yes, good God. Claret everywhere. No, listen.
And what are your thoughts, Nookie, on the lads as tipsters?
Well, Peter, to put it in a nutshell...
I think there might be a lot of other people agreeing with the Bear in that one, Jim.
Absolutely. And I wonder his eyes bulge with Roger calls his hand up his backside all the time. Mind you, there's one or two might fancy that around here, but we won't go into that, Saint. I think you should close the show.
Yes.
Steve Coppell's Crystal Palace, in yellow here, are in 6th position. They're the division's highest scorers, led by Mark Wright and particularly Ian Wright, a striker of immense natural gifts.
They've got the right type of players, hungry players, and I would imagine Palace is waiting to take off. I don't think it'll get in the 1st division this season, and I'm sure Steve, deep down, although he won't admit it openly, would be pleased about that, because I don't think at this stage of the development they're ready. But they play football, they've got a good shape, and as I say, they've got 2 finishers, Wright and Bright. And whilst they've got those, they've always got a chance.
Blackburn last Saturday.
Here's Chris Price, a highly rated fullback like 2nd division clubs, Ardelia's, and Price has gone on, and he's gone past his man, and a penalty's been given. But Suckling that brought him down. Straight nets. Levelling at the near post. Cannon up there too. And Geno, and Cannon with a header, and flicked in. Yes, by Bright. So a striker comes on. Mr. Man who's been on the score sheet this season. He's Salako, and quickly wants to get on the action with this throw. It's a good long throw too. And it's in there! Oh, Thomas got a touch! And what an amazing substitution, John Salako!
That's amazing. He didn't even touch that ball with his foot, did he? The sub, he was straight in, you know.
Well, I mean, it's Crystal Palace battling away, Jim, but Blackburn all of a sudden seemed to just have crumbled and, and slipping out of it, which is amazing when you think of what they've been doing earlier on.
Crystal Palace veteran Jim Cannon has been released after 18 years with the club. Cannon, who is 34, joined Palace in 1970 as an apprentice and made his debut 3 years later. Since then, he has made 660 appearances for Palace, a club record. The Glasgow-born defender and captain, who has just completed his 2nd testimonial season, played under 9 managers. He said, "I'm disappointed my days with the club are over because I feel I'm still playing well, but I'm keen to carry on playing, perhaps tied in with a coaching role." Palace have also released 22-year-old defender Gary Stebbing, who has been with the club for 6 years.
Been a good servant to the Palace, Jim Cannon, and he's a thoroughly nice guy too.